I'm Ian, and I love Dragon Ball Z. Got the little Goku Enlightenment symbol on my keychain, and I know enough about the series to know this is the one that he uses when he arrives on Namek after training 100 times normal gravity. Got that same symbol on my backpack. I patched that on myself like a boss. I'm a little obsessed. I don't really tell many people this is my daily life. Like, I go to my job, I do my work at like a pharmaceutical company, all that stuff. But I don't know, it's just sort of like, short of getting a tattoo on my arm of Goku like the guy did at the local Tetshi's down the street from where I live, I pretty much subtly rep Dragon Ball Z everywhere I go. Why? Why do I do this? Well, I feel compelled to tell you right now. You see, back in high school, I was 40 pounds heavier than I am. I was 230 pounds. I was a fat kid. I hunted around for a photo to show you a picture of my fat little porky self, but I can't seem to find it right now. So you'll just have to take my word for it. Didn't do any competitive sports. Aside from the history club, I didn't really participate in any extracurricular activities. My passions, typical nerdy kid at that age. Anime, video games. So, hold on. I got this guy too. Anyway, one day my parents, in a desperate attempt to slim down their fat, chunky, but admittedly doing well in school son, they said, Ian, hey, we're going to set up a treadmill downstairs. Now, we normally restrict you to just like an hour of TV a night, but guess what? If you're on this treadmill, we're going to hook up a TV down there with cable, and you could watch as much TV as you want as long as you're on that treadmill. And I'm like, oh, sign my porky little kid self up. I can do a little walking. I don't mind walking. It's just the boring that's trouble with me. So, yeah. One day I just sit on down there and I turn it on, and it's like, I've seen Dragon Ball Z, but I just never really sat down and watched the whole thing. But then I got in right at the last time Toonami was airing the Frieza saga, and right before they started up the Cell saga. So I'm just sitting there watching Goku go Super Saiyan, and then all of a sudden, like, that ends, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. And had I tuned in like about a month earlier, that it would have just repeated the whole thing, and I probably would have just gotten even more porky, but thank God they didn't. Instead, what happened was they immediately started the Cell saga with Android Sega, like Frieza coming back as like a cyborg. Oh no, the virus from the future, and they've got to train. They've got to like get big and strong, and I'm like, oh shit. I need to get big and strong with the Gokus and the Vegeta, because they're my homies now. And so, little fat kid just like watching Dragon Ball Z going 4 miles an hour on the treadmill. Suddenly it gets up to 4.5. Suddenly it gets up to 5. And then like, I go through the entire Frieza saga that way. And I don't know. From there, like, it took off I went to DDR because that was big with the anime kids, and I was just starting to get a little bit of mobility back. And yeah, by 1 year later, the Cell saga was wrapping up. I think a year and a half later, I had picked up DDR, and I weighed myself, and I was 40 pounds lighter than when I started. So I'm not saying like, I joined the college football team or the high school football team or took up lifting, although I did that later, but I'm just saying that I love Dragon Ball Z, and I rep it as hard as I do because it saved my life in a weird way. I would be like a 300-pound neckbeard if it wasn't for Dragon Ball Z, and I wanted to just share that with you. But Ian, what was the point of that entire dumbass story? It has to have a point to make sense. Well, Goku, first you need to check your reverb, and secondly, I guess what I'm saying is, if you find any reason to be healthy at all, any motivation for you to just sort of work out and become healthy, it is a positive improvement in your life, and I hope you find it. Whatever gets you exercising and working that part of you every day. Today I just sort of like bike ride and hit the gym Mondays and Wednesdays. There's a group class called Armageddon. We work out arms. It's bad. But yeah, so just yeah, if you find anything in your life that motivates you to become a better person, I hope you pursue it and don't let people judge you for it. All right, that's what I was saying. Bye.